That's fucking funny.
Welcome back, man, to another great episode of Comedians in Bed. And as always, man, I like to give a quick introduction to our next guest. Now, me and this guy, we bump mics, wink, wink, here in Columbus. And not only that, he's been putting me on this game, man. And it's been very beneficial to me and getting that follower count up, man. So I definitely wanted to have him come on here. And besides that, man, he's a funny guy, man. He's always hitting rooms here at the Funny Bone. Please give it up for the host of Help Me, I'm High and I Can't Come Down, Eddie Sherman, everybody.
Hey. How you doing?
Did I say that podcast right?
I'm high and can't get down.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Because the way you have it, which is totally fine. When I look at it, I think of like come down.
Yeah.
Like come down.
That's normally like it's normally how people look at it. But like the actual inspiration, obviously, if like you haven't been able to tell, is like the help I've fallen, I can't get up. So it's like, you know, people. So it's like the opposite. It's like people fall down and they need up. Well, it's like we're fucking high as shit. Help us come down. You know what I mean? Like talk with, you know, normal conversation. You know, maybe talk with like, you know, people who are not necessarily like comedians or whatever. So yeah, it's fun. It's a fun name.
I thought it was like probably like a line from a movie or something.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's a help I'm falling and I can't get up. The little life alert.
I enjoyed my time on the podcast. Your podcast was actually the first one that I did where it was recorded, man.
Yeah, this is actually the first time I've ever been a guest on a podcast either. So
really,
this is
all those people.
I've been doing a fucking podcast for a fucking year, and everyone was like, Eddie, when am I going to be on your podcast? I'm like, when am I going to be on your podcast, you motherfucker?
Right. Like I would think that all the people you had on there, that maybe one of them would have you on your podcast.
Well, now don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I have had talks with like some other comedians to be on their podcast, but like either one, it had fallen through because like they had plans or I had plans, or right now there's one that I'm trying to get on, but like right now our schedules don't match up right now. So I mean, it's not for a lack of trying, but like there's definitely a lot more podcasts out there than the few that I'm talking to. So.
So like how many episodes are you in with your podcast?
So right now we're 40 deep. So like I said, we're about to hit a year. So I mean, we're less than, we're less than one episode a week, but we've had like some breaks here and there, producers like getting busy, like getting jobs and shit like that. And also just like, some of the podcast guests just like fall through and whatnot. So sometimes you just, whatever. So yeah, I wish we would be at 52, but we're at 40. That's fine. We ended with Lucas Mateus. That was a very good episode. You guys can check that out on Spotify or YouTube, whatever. And like soon I want to get for the year podcast, I want to get someone really special, one of my favorite local comedians. So hopefully we can get that working out, and we'll see what happens. So yeah.
What made you start this podcast? Because I remember you asked me to come on it, but I don't think I ever asked you to, like, what made you start it?
So, I mean, obviously I'm a comedian, so it's like I want to shoot the shit with other comedians. But the other thing that I saw with like Joe Rogan's podcast is that like the long form conversation that really helps. I don't know, it's not helps, but like people really like seeing that shit. So it's like they like watching people talk about shit, even if it's like somebody that they have no fucking clue who it is. And honestly, it's like no one really cares. I don't know how many we're averaging per episode, but like we have a solid like view count combined between Spotify and YouTube, and like people are digging the podcast. So it's like I don't necessarily think that like a big name is important, but what I do think is important is that like people who do stuff. So one of the reason I really did start the podcast is because like during the pandemic I realized that like a lot of people like didn't know their neighbors, they didn't fucking they didn't know anybody. So it's like I would be like walking my dog down the street with my roommate at the time, and people would be saying, "Hey Eddie, what's up?" And I'd be like, "Hey Jerry, hey Bill, hey Ed," like, and he'd be like, "How do you know these people?" And it's like, I just fucking talk to them. And it's like, you just don't know because you just don't talk. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's just so locked in their own space. And I feel like that's kind of maybe why people like watching the long form conversations, because they're not getting enough of it themselves. You know what I mean? Because like, I feel like I've talked to a few people who are like, oh, like, I don't listen to two grown men talking about UFOs or fucking smoking weed and doing mushrooms. And it's like, it's not always about that. But I guess I understand, like, if you're talking with like high level individuals at all times and you're actually having a real conversation with like friends and stuff like that, watching that type of podcast might not even be for you. So yeah, just like people to know each other. And I wanted to get a chance to know other comedians too, because it's like I don't hang out as much in the scene as I'd like to, but I do go out to mics. I try to go to shows as much as I can, but sometimes you're just like busy, and with all the other stuff that's going on, like with work and all the editing that I'm trying to do. So yeah.
So how I never looked at it from the perspective of people like the conversations. I get that now. I like that point of view. How were you afraid? Like, one of my things that I'm afraid of is like people watching but not listening, or people listening and not watching. So how do you like market the two?
So right now, I mean, I kind of focus on the Spotify thing because like I can do videos on Spotify, and I could just be that guy that's like, all right, guys, we're just doing Spotify. But I also like have a deep love for YouTube as well. So it's like right now I'm just kind of like trying to figure out like what's going on with like ad revenue, because right now that's all like Spotify and Anchor offer right now is like through the audio version. So I'm just kind of sticking with that right now and seeing what happens. But with the YouTube stuff, I like to push it, and I wish we did more clips. That's something that I wish that we did. But like, I do have two producers, but I'm the only person that actually does all the editing and stuff for that. Like, so they just show up, they'll like edit, or they'll take down notes like, all right, we are talking about this at this time, and they'll switch cameras and stuff like that. But I'm the guy that's doing all the clip editing and everything. So I feel like if I really wanted to, we could really push the YouTube more. But like, it's just like very time consuming to comb through, an hour and 15-minute conversation that you just had. You know what I mean? And you're like, all right, what was funny? And then also like, you're scared or whatever. And it's like, or you said that you were afraid or whatever, but like, that's something that I feel for the clips. Like for the long form conversation, I don't know why I don't feel this way, but I'm not scared of that. But it's like the clipping stuff. It's like, that stuff's going to get seen by much more people, you know what I mean? Because you got hashtags and shit like that, so you have a potential of like getting a lot more hate. And I'm not saying that I am affected by that, but you know what I mean? Like, the podcast is kind of my baby, so it's like, talk shit about my comedy, whatever, say I'm not funny, that's fine, but don't talk shit about my podcast. No, I'm just kidding, talk shit all you want. But
man, I don't really care about other people's opinions.
Yeah, dude, well, for me, I got in trouble for a joke that I did on Facebook a couple times, like twice. And
when you say got in trouble, do you mean through Facebook, or like somebody just commented on it?
Like it was like a ratio, so it's like 5 people liked it, and then like there was like 60 comments, and it was that's what I mean. And yeah, it was not received well. I could have worded it better, but after that moment, I feel like I kind of just like, all right, people just like are gonna have their own opinions on everything, so I don't give a fuck, I guess, anymore. So that's why with the comedy stuff, I'm trying to like get more into that, where it's like, I'm not like trying to be offensive, obviously, but it's like pushing the boundaries a little bit more, where it's like, all right, these people think this shit's funny. How do I say it in a way that's like, gonna make them laugh and also not like hurt everyone's feelings? Because you're gonna hurt a little people, some people's feelings.
Yeah.
But,
what about the reels on Facebook? So you kind of put me hip to them, and I'm trying to learn it and everything. I've noticed that the more that when I started posting my reels on IG, I started to get, when I started to post my reels on Facebook, actually, I started to get more views on IG. Like, have you noticed that too? Like,
so yeah, so the I feel like one of the things that's kind of confusing about the whole thing is that like they are owned by the same people. So it's like, Facebook owns or Meta owns Facebook and Instagram. So
Right.
one of the things that like especially with, you can see it more with Instagram. I think Facebook kind of just does it on its own if you have your Instagram account connected to it. But if like on Instagram, there's like an option to like share your reels also to Facebook, and you can like select that, deselect that. I've noticed varying results with doing that. It's like sometimes like just the Instagram video will blow up, and sometimes it, even if people aren't watching it on Facebook, just having the option for people to see it on Facebook like helps it like get more views. But I would say most of my views are coming from the Instagram. But regardless, if you go onto Facebook and you type in Ty Erskine, you'll get shitloads of videos. And if you have your Instagram connected to your Facebook, then they will see not just your Facebook videos, but also your Instagram videos.
Okay.
So that's why Instagram, in like their terms of service and stuff like that, they try to push you away from posting the same content on everything. Because if you're posting the same exact content on Facebook and Instagram, if somebody's like, I don't follow Ty Erskine, but I'm going to type in his name, and then they go and they're looking through your videos, they're going to see both your Facebook and your Instagram videos, and some of them are going to be the same.
So you shouldn't post all of them the same on there?
No, I do whatever the fuck you want. I'm just saying I think that's kind of like their idea. Like their idea is like, hey, we also don't want to be paying you for two different videos if you're monetized on both. You know what I mean? They don't want you to be paying for the same video on two different platforms. But I think the other thing is that also if they like someone's like looking you up, they're looking at a Facebook video, they're looking at Instagram. And I mean, it shows you Instagram or a Facebook. So like if you are on Facebook and you're looking it up, and you click on an Instagram video, it will like say, hey, if you want to comment, you have to go to Instagram. You know what I mean? So
you were telling me about the on Facebook, like you can get paid.
The monetization bonus, dude. I've been trying to tell everybody about this. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not the only comedian that's ever talked about this. Like there are other comedians in some of the other scenes, like the Dayton scene, the Cincy scene, that have like tried to like talk to people about this, but like because we aren't in those scenes, like, you know what I mean, we're not probably seeing their posts as much. But one of the things that I'm telling everybody is like, yo, if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, like just record fucking everything. It's like if you're a comedian, if you're a bartender or whatever, like just record everything you're fucking doing and then post it. And even if you're not going to post it like right away, like let's say you're a fucking bartender and you're cutting up limes, like dude, just record that and hold on to it forever, like until you figure out like something to use for that. Because like Facebook is paying people to post videos, and if you're making content that's like, worthy of watching, or people just like the content. And honestly, in Facebook sense, if they hate the content too, it's going to get a lot of like interactions and stuff like that. Like those videos are going to blow up. Those videos are going to make you some money. And it's not like, you're not going to make a living unless you like go viral, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's a nice little chunk of change if like you're somebody who's like posting, anywhere from like 6 to 10 videos a month or whatever, and you're getting like a constant flow of streams. I would say this month has probably been the slowest one for me. All the other months have been like pretty solid, and I've been pretty happy with like what I've got. And I've even had some comedians come up to me after I've told them about like the bonus reels, because some people are also like Instagram monetized, and some of those people have come to me and said, I didn't even know about Facebook, and you have literally just doubled my income. And it's like, dude,
it's hard. My fault. I mean to cut you off.
You're good.
I've been doing it, and like, so then after I think one got to like 11K, and then that's when it kind of like told me like the info, and it was like, okay, you got like 30 days. But then once I saw how the number that I needed, it was like 100,000. I was like, how am I gonna get that?
Well, I mean, it seems like a daunting number. I feel like I said, that like the last 3 or 4 months, I've hit like the number to like just get the minimum cash out at least. I did have a month that like I did really well, but like I feel like the thing that is really important for us to learn as comedians and just like entertainers or people who are just like building content, making content, is just learning how to market ourselves, learning how to network. And I think the networking thing is actually in my opinion, like one of the most important things, because I'm not a great marketer. I don't know how to like fucking make a fucking poster that looks fucking super dope or anything. I know how to do basic like editing and whatnot. But like when it comes to like talking to people and connecting with people, just like on a one-to-one level, I like got that down to like an art, and that's how I like promote my podcast and my comedy. And it's like, I think that is something that we all need to work on as entertainers just in general. So that's
it's definitely it's something I'm working on, because I don't really talk to a lot.
And the hashtag, and the hashtags too are super important too. Like I would say that like maybe not as important as I'm like making them out to be, but I would definitely say that like they are important, because it's like what you see that people who are huge, who have like a huge following, most of them don't use like hashtags at all, or they don't use a lot of hashtags. And that's because they have a million people who are going to see that post, like the post, and it's going to push it in the algorithm anyways. So with the accounts that don't have, that have less than like, I don't know, 5,000 views or followers or whatever, we have to like really try to like work the hashtags, work the video. And that's the other important thing is quality too. It's like, I know that I've hit you up before just because like I thought like, just some ideas for your reels that you were posting for your comedy. And one of the things I'm seeing now is just like huge letters, I guess, are super important, because people sometimes are just scrolling at work and they can't have their sound on. And it's like, they're not trying to like stare at tiny little letters and stuff like that. And I used to have tiny letters for a while. So now I'm like fixed up and have figured out how to do subtitling and everything. But yeah, it's hard though. It's hard to get views. And like I said, this month has been the slowest month. So
yeah, I've been okay. So you said hashtags and letters. So let me start with the hashtags first. So I'll be using the hashtags that you gave me.
Yep.
Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't work.
Yep.
Sometimes I'll use like the basic principle ones, but then I'll go in and switch up some things. So so this one video that I had on IG, this one is the most that I've ever gotten views on. There was 14.7, and I used the hashtag that you gave me. But one of the things that I've noticed, I was talking about like uncles, so I put uncle. Well, usually I'll just like use like a suggestion that they pop up sometimes if I can't think of one. But Uncle Ruckus popped up, so I was like, everybody like Uncle Ruckus, so I just put that in there. And then like Uncle Daddy popped up. I don't know. I know a show that used the term Uncle Daddy, but I don't know like if that's a popular term. But I use that. And by me switching it up, it got up to that amount. And then, okay, so about the letters. So the letters, yes, I've been using them and trying to like follow the thoughts. And then I started using the cover too. I stopped at first because I didn't really like the video, how it showed it for like less than a second, then it went into it. But I wasn't paying attention to realizing that the cover is just for like people to know like the joke.
Yeah,
trying to kind of like hook them in a little bit too.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think that's something I really need to work on, because like I'm kind of just like, follow me or like this video or post it on your story or something like that, because that's the other thing that's so huge, dude. I feel like it sucks too, because it's like you don't want to bug your friends, but at the same time, doing comedy for like a few years, like you're not doing anything with it yet, and it's like asking you to come to all my shows or anything. Just fucking like a video, you know what I mean? Like a fucking video, maybe comment on it every once in a while, and then like, but the sharing thing is so important, dude, because like I don't know exactly like what the algorithm is, but like I feel like it's like a point system. So it's like you post a video and then like likes are like 1 point, and then you get comments which are like 2 points, and then you have shares which could be up to like 5 points, because it's like the more you share the video, then if somebody's like, oh, this is hilarious, it's just as easy as forwarding that video. You know what I mean? It's not like super crazy. And Instagram, especially if you go to share a video, you can share it to like 10 people right off the bat, just like boom, 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 done. And then all those people get those videos.
So that's how you're getting views too. You're sending them to your followers as well.
Yeah. So like if I've done it a few times. Like I said, I try not to because it is annoying. You know what I mean? I don't want to be sending people messages every single time. But whenever I am like pretty confident in a joke or something like that, I'll like take the video and I'll send it out to my friends. I'm like, hey, please go like it, comment on it and everything. And I would say that it hasn't always worked. And sometimes I haven't even told my friends to do that. And then they still will go and comment on a video. And even those ones haven't even blown up like in the way that like, some of the other ones have. Like I have a video right now that I literally consistently post. And I don't know if do you know who Gary Vanderchuck is? Gary V?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So one of the things that he talks about is like if something is like going viral, and I mean, depending on what level you're at, you can look at viral at whatever number you want, but it's like beat the shit out of the horse. You know what I mean? It's like if you get a video, like I have a video on Facebook that's at 1 million, at a million views, and it's got a lot of hate on it, like a lot of comments that are like, this is a dumb joke, like blah blah blah, but it still has 1 million views, and it still does have like, people do like the joke. It's like not like, it's just badly worded, so people are like talking shit about like how bad I said the joke because it was an improv joke. But like something that I'm trying to like figure out is how do I take that video and like rebrand it, change it up a little bit, and then post it again and see if I can get the same amount, if not more. Because that video right there, I think was the video, or no, that wasn't the video that like got me to the monetization, but that was the video that like really put me into like 1,000 followers. Cause like I'm at almost 1,500 right now, but like I was like sitting at like 800 for like a minute, and then after that pushed me up to like 1,300 or whatever. So I think it's just like I said, just like taking the videos that are popular, posting them, sharing with your friends, having your friends like actually like if they're your friends, just fucking like the video. It's that easy. Because dude, I'm telling you, dude, if your friends aren't doing that for you, it's like so annoying, because then they're just like, oh well, you're posting a video and it's only getting 500 views. It's like, well, yeah, you didn't like the video, you didn't share the video, you didn't comment on the video, so it's gonna sit at 500 views because you didn't help me.
Yeah, I don't really be expecting people to share it.
Yeah. Well,
like,
yeah.
Like not yeah, I don't really have like I don't really be having like expectations. Like because sometimes like something that pertaining to this, just because like sometimes I'll post something, I'll be like, okay, this joke is fire, like it's going, and then it'll only get like 200, and it's like. And then also one of the things that I realized is I switched up. I know the times that you told me, like when we first started talking about this, you told me like Tuesday at 11, but then I actually started to find my analytics, and I looked through it, and my crowd works better from like 3 to 6. Yeah.
Yep. I think that's actually where the correct like time frame is now, because I have been having issues with the 11 o'clock, the early post. Now Halima, on the other hand, she's a local comic for those who are listening. She has better chances with like the earlier times during like I think the beginning of the week. So it's like I think it all just kind of depends on like especially your followers, because your followers are important too in the entire equation. Because it's like if your followers like it, then what Instagram and Facebook say is like, oh, these guys who are following this guy really like this material, let's promote this material to other people who also like these guys' stuff. You know what I mean?
So then my other question was, I want to go back real quick. You said to reshare it. So when you say reshare it, like, are you like, once it gets to a certain number and it gets a little stagnant, how are you resharing it on Facebook?
So I just like post it like on my like timeline, or I post it in my story, kind of just like, because like, for example, the Instagram video that is blowing up for me right now, the one that's just like it just keeps going. It's almost at 8,000 likes right now. That video only has like 25 of my followers like the video. Like only 25 of my 415 followers have liked the video.
Are you taking into account the algorithm? Because it doesn't always show it in
like
order.
it could be like some of my people who are like following me like just might not be seeing that video because maybe my comedy or my type of videos don't match with their algorithm. But I also think it's, you know, if they're following me, I think they should, you know, at least see it at one point in time somewhere. You know what I mean? So only 25 people of my followers have liked it. So the way I look at it is like, okay, I share it again. Maybe someone who hasn't seen it yet, maybe because they aren't on Instagram, or maybe they just like aren't checking out my page that often. Maybe they'll see it, they'll like it, and then it like, you know, kind of like reignites it. Because I think that that's like like I said, promoting your shit is like the most important thing. Even if you're not like good at marketing and like, or, you know, building a good thing, you still have to just like keep throwing it out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A paper boy doesn't go out there and just hand out one paper. He's got the same exact paper and he keeps handing it out until he's fucking out of them. And so like that's what we got to do. We just got to keep handing them out.
So are you just doing Facebook and IG? Are you doing TikTok too?
I'm doing TikTok too. TikTok is a little difficult because like it's got a lot of copyright shit. So it's like if you, or not copyright, but like just violation shit. So it's like if you say any sort of word that's like fucked, they're gonna pull the sound right away. And on TikTok, at least in my experience, like the first hour is like super important because like that's like when all your followers are gonna see it, anybody else who's gonna like see it is gonna see it, and that's those reactions in that like first hour to 3 hours or whatever. Like if you don't catch the violation right away, like if you don't have notifications on, because that's like what's happened to me before in the past, where it's like I posted a video, it's not like offensive or anything, it's just like got a word like sex or got a word like condom in it, and they pull the sound down because it's like, oh, copy or some sort of violation, safety guidelines. And then typically they'll like bring it back, but like I said, if you don't catch it right away, that's gonna fuck your video. Because I posted the video, I noticed that the sound was fucked, and I tried to appeal it, and it got reappealed. But by the time I had already done that, which was like literally probably like 45 minutes, so I posted the video, went back to check to see what kind of like reaction it was getting right away, and then I saw the sound was pulled. In that time that I did all of that and it got replaced and sound got put back on, I had someone hit me up and been like, hey dude, like I saw your video but it had no sound. And I was like, that quick somebody got on TikTok, saw my video, saw that it didn't have sound, so they didn't like it, they didn't fucking react to it because there was nothing to react to.
Yeah, I know, I get that. No, I do. My stand up,
do you do TikTok?
It hasn't hit on TikTok yet. Like when I do other stuff, it hits, but like I'm still like when I first got on TikTok, it was steady, and then, you know, some stuff started to hit, but then like once they changed the algorithm again, like it went left, and I was just still trying to
how often are you posting
on TikTok?
Yeah, just like in general, like so like on TikTok.
On TikTok, maybe like once a week. I've stopped a lot because I'm just trying to figure out the trend changes so much. But on Facebook, I'm posting every day, sometimes like 2 to 3 times a day, and then on IG, I was just doing 1 time a day, but yesterday I did 3, and that was the most interaction that I saw. Probably just because of the joke, and then it sent my audio to like a certain audio group or whatever, and so I think that shot it up, and then on Twitter I don't post like any videos on Twitter.
Yeah, as I say, I haven't really done anything on Twitter in the sense of like trying to like really promote my jokes. I will say I have done Reddit.
YouTube too.
Oh yeah, YouTube is huge too. I feel like I'm sleeping on YouTube a little bit. It's a little harder because like I don't have a lot of the reason why I haven't put a lot of time into YouTube is because in order to get like monetization through YouTube, you have to like have like public watch hours, and those are on long videos. So the shorts don't count. So if you post like if your entire YouTube is just shorts, you might have like the right amount of followers, you might have the right amount of like subscribers or whatever, but you're not going to have like the right amount of public watch hours because you don't have like long form videos. So that's why.
So a birdie told me that they're about to change that, and you're about to start getting monetization from shorts.
Yeah, I heard that I think what's happening is like this is what I've heard is that in January they're gonna start kind of trying to do what like Facebook and Instagram and TikTok are doing, just because you have to at this point, because if you're not, like I said, people who don't have long form videos, they're not gonna post to YouTube because there's no point, because you're not gonna get any money. So they're gonna try to pull people in.
It seems like everybody's the same now. IG, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and it's kind of getting annoying.
It is getting really annoying, especially because like a lot of them don't like the other ones. So it's like if you post, this is why it's like super important to like post your video on like I always post my video on TikTok last, just because like I would accidentally post it on TikTok, and I had that thing where it would like save the video from TikTok, and then I would accidentally post the TikTok video everywhere, and they don't like watermarks. Yeah. And when I first started doing my Facebook reels, all of the ones that I posted were TikToks, and like they got like some views, but then they all stopped, like just dead right in the tracks. And I think it had something to do with like the watermarks, but I have no fucking clue.
So I'm gonna backtrack real quick because I'm meaning to ask you this. So when you post on Facebook and you do hashtags, how many hashtags are you doing?
It all just depends on the joke, I guess. I normally try, if I'm at a club, I'm posting some more. If I'm at just like a regular show, I'm posting less. I think what you said earlier though is really important, like just like specific ones. So like you said, like you did like the hashtag uncle or hashtag uncle daddy or whatever the hell you said that earlier. But like I think that I kind of might be using too many, honestly. I don't know. I have no clue. I have no fucking clue. The shit that I'm doing is working, so I'm just continually doing it. There was like a slow season that I've had recently with like Instagram for like a whole like week and a half, or maybe 2 weeks. I was posting videos, and like they just like they were not getting any traction. And then I posted another video, it finally got some traction, and I'm like happy with like the amount of reactions that it's getting. But like for a minute I was like not getting any views for a second, and I don't know if it was the time that I was posting, I don't know if it's the amount of hashtag, I don't know what the fuck happened. But I also will say this, I did post a pandemic joke. I just said the word pandemic, and it like put one of those like little coronavirus things on my thingy. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but all I'm saying is that it was after that was the first video that I posted that got low views, and then after that everything got low views until this like last one that I just posted.
Yeah, I gotta go back to the old jokes and post those. I just been posting new ones. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because the reason why I asked is because you gave me like a list for IG, and I usually use those. But then when I started posting them on Facebook, I only use like maybe 4, like the most. 6.
And you're getting pretty good like interactions on Facebook?
Yeah, not like consistently, but I would say more than I do on IG. Like I at least got like, let me see, I at least got like 4 that's over 1K. And on IG only have like maybe 4. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I got more on Facebook. I know for sure. I know I got 4 is just being modest. I definitely got more than 4, but yeah, that's why I asked, because I wanted to know. Okay.
Yeah. That's interesting. How many wait, did I ask you just now how many followers you have on Facebook?
So I wanted to ask you about that too. What's the difference between followers and being a friend on Facebook?
So if you're a friend, you're following them, but like Facebook doesn't count your friends as your followers. So like if you go to your account and it says followers a certain amount, that's how many people who are not your friend are like following your stuff.
Okay.
So like right now I'm at 1488. So 1000.
Should I focus more so on getting followers than friends?
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%. I actually fucking hate this like new thing that we're doing on Facebook where we kind of just like add people that we don't fucking know. I fucking hate it because it's like I trust my friends typically to like vet people, you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, some guy trying to add me and he's got like 20 mutual friends and most of them are in the scene. I'm like, all right, sweet. But it just takes fucking one. And I have to go through my entire Facebook friends now and delete all these fucking weird comedians that like I don't even know, that nobody knows, I don't think. And just they're just like posting memes, they're posting fucking weird pictures, or some of them are just like maybe like liberal or Republican accounts, and you're just like, what is happening? I see local comedians on your friends list, and now I'm like fucked because I'm like, I'm not on Facebook enough to like be like, all right, I'm gonna unfriend this guy, you know what I mean?
No, I understand. That's been the hardest thing for me, is trying to learn these social medias again, because I really don't care about social media.
Yeah,
Only one
same.
only one I had was Twitter for the longest, because it's just the funniest to me. And then once I started doing comedy, I got IG, and I haven't had it for like a decade. And then I just got back Facebook, and I've been let that go. So it's just trying to relearn like the things, because I'm like, I don't really want to add these people as friends because I don't really know them, nor do I care about what people I went to high school with are doing, you know. But I didn't know about the following. I literally just like found that out today about the following
on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude. Yeah, dude. That's huge because I at least I didn't get monetization. Like, and I don't know exactly what gave me monetization because I feel like Facebook is kind of just like handing it out. So I don't know exactly what the criteria is, but like when I got monetization, I had a video that like, when I say blow up, it didn't like blow up, but it hit like 6,000. And then from that 6,000, I had 800 people follow me from that joke. And after I got that 800 followers, then they were like, hey, we want to like offer you things. So I thought it was followers. Some people don't have that many followers and they're like, yeah, I got monetization. I'm like, I don't fucking know what's going on. I don't know exactly how you get it. All I know is that you post videos, people watch them, and you get paid to do it. And if you're doing it for a while, they'll start unlocking like other monetization things. So you can do like subscriptions on like Instagram, you can do like stars and ads. So like right now, the thing that I'm kind of like trying to figure out and everything is that like I'm getting ads on my reels now. So I'll post a reel, and then on the bottom of the reel, it will have like, you know, Columbus Schottenstein Center or something like that, you know, just like a ad that would be relevant to whoever's watching that video. And that's brought in a little bit of extra money. And then also they have this thing called stars, I guess, but like I don't know if anyone's ever using that. It's just like a thing that it's like, oh, I'm on Facebook, I buy these things called stars, and then whenever I watch a video that I think is like cool or whatever, I throw stars at them. I think it's like similar to like TikTok's thing, you know what I mean, where you can like buy badges or whatever the fuck they're called. I don't know. I don't do that shit, so I don't have any idea. I don't buy badges. I don't buy stars to send to creators. If I'm going to send them money, I just send them money. You know what I mean?
Right. So is it important for comedians to be like posting content right now? And if so, why?
I think that everybody should be posting content, not just comedians. Like I said, I think that if you're somebody who's doing anything out there, you can make it into an interesting video. You can cut it up. If you have jokes, if you have whatever, I think that you should be doing that. And why I think that everyone should be doing that, because one, it's a good skill to have, to be able to chop up a video and like get to the point. Because one of the things that I'm really bad at is getting to the point when I'm like talking and like telling a story. So if you can effectively edit a video to get to the point, it's not long, it's enticing, people like it, you're going to get reactions, and then that could potentially make you money. And I just think that like if these social media companies are going to be throwing so much money at creators, we need to take that opportunity, because it's like nobody else in the real world is doing that. You know what I mean? There's nobody out on the street who's like, hey, tell me a joke. And then you're like, a joke. And then they're like, here's $5. They're not like, Ty, here, do a little improv skit for me right now on Girlfriends. And you're like, and he's like, all right, here's $5. No one's doing that. So it's like, if these guys are going to be like, hey, you know, it's like doing homework and getting paid to do homework. That's kind of how I feel. And also, if you're posting, this is why I say everybody, because if you're posting the shit that you're already doing, you're not doing anything more. You know what I mean? The only thing more that you're doing is just editing, which is more, but it's like I said, a skill. You know, but it's a skill that you'll need. But like you're not doing. It's not like you have to be like, what am I gonna do today? I'm gonna go do a new joke or something like that. Like you're a comedian, you're already writing new jokes. You're gonna go do those new jokes on stage. Those jokes are eventually, hopefully, gonna hit, and then you're gonna have film. If you're, like I said, a bartender or a fucking babysitter or something like that, you're always having those kids around. It's not like you have to go get more kids to make, you know what I mean? Like you have the content right there in front of you. And I think that people just need to like understand that part, because it's like the things that you're watching online are shit that you do normally. You know what I mean? Like I'm on TikTok watching people eat burgers. I eat burgers. I go to the drive-thru. I eat a burger. I like a burger. Why do I need to watch some fucking fat dude on TikTok eating a burger and tell me how good it is when I could just go eat the damn burger? You know what I mean? And it's like, that's what I'm saying, dude. It's like if you want that type of content, and like also think about it like that. It's like, make the type of content that you like watching. If you like watching people eat burgers, make that content. If you're somebody who's a foodie and you like watching that type of content, make that type of content. You're probably already going to restaurants. Like I said, you're already doing all the shit. Just fucking film it. Just everyone's already got your phone out all the time anyways. You're already on Instagram storing your shit up and everything. How about instead of storing it up, reel it up, and then potentially get paid? You know what I mean? It's like,
it's the nicest way to tell people to do OnlyFans. That's what it is.
Exactly. You have to get naked. Maybe naked wings or a naked drink. I don't know, but you don't have to get naked.
Yeah. No, there's this guy on TikTok who makes alcohol drinks. Like that's what he does, and that's his content. So like what you're saying, like, and not only that, one thing I do like to like help calm my anxiety, I get on YouTube and I'll type in like driving in Chicago or driving in Columbia, and all you see is videos of people driving around the city, just showing you what the city is. Shit. So if somebody's out there and they just like to drive, you can get a video, you can get a camera, shoot the video, post it on YouTube, and make money. Like now that you're saying this, editing, even though you were like editing is like more work to do, really it's not. It's because it's basic work to do, because now it's a part of everything that we do. Like you have to edit.
Yeah, and it's like what kind of video are you making? Are you making like a fucking movie, edit? It's not like half the shit that I'm doing is just like cuts. And yeah, I might do like a little motion tracking thing if I'm moving on stage or something like that, because I don't want to make it look weird. But like other than that, dude, it's like not anything that you can't find on YouTube. And like this is like why I said I love YouTube, is that YouTube just has everything. Everything that you could like. It's owned by Google for a reason. It's like Google, you can Google anything and find it anywhere. I don't feel that way about the search engine anymore, but YouTube, I do. Like if I need something done and I want to figure it out, I watch somebody on YouTube do it. I watch some fucking kid in the Beverly Hills or some Indian dude do it, and then I fucking know how to do it. That's what I'm saying, dude. You just gotta, it's like, you gotta watch it. YouTube's great. It's great. It's so like corn.
So you're typing in black person fried chicken on YouTube.
No. I'm typing in black person coding website. That's what I'm typing in. You racist motherfucker. You think I want my people to know how to code, not just eat fried chicken, Tyler? What is happening right now?
Eddie, you're the first white person that's ever slipped out of my joke, because you know how I set what the white people up at the night, and they try so hard to like avoid. Sometimes I'll be like, I don't know, and I'm like, if you say you don't know, that's not good for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to know. So you're the first white person who slipped out of that, man. That was good.
Well,
good.
Well, it's because like I get called, names a lot. And I think, and it's funny because something that I've thought about doing just as a joke, it's obviously a joke, but it would be kind of just like placating to like what people think about me, is that like I've talked about people like calling me like racist and stuff like that before on the podcast. And I'm pretty sure that I've said it in a way to where it's like where I'm like where I say something where it's like I'm not racist, but like I say it where it's like I'm racist, you know what I mean? Where it's like I'm saying no somewhere else. So it's like I think I could clip up a bunch of clips in my podcast where I could just literally just be like, I'm racist. You know what I mean? Just like all that stuff, just because I think it would be funny, because that's what people think already. And it's like not true. I just like that's why I have a hard time. I feel like that's why a lot of people do that. Where they're
yeah. That's why I do the joke. It's always so funny to try to see them like get their way out of it, man. It really
and that's why I get in trouble a lot, because
I don't know if I would make. I think I would, kind of look at Kanye and probably not, do the race thing right now, because I just, like probably it's not it right now.
Dude, but that guy is nuts right now, man. That shit is crazy.
I did have one question that I forgot to ask. Okay, so I was about to post a video on IG, but then it told me it was too long. So about 1:30 is as long as they go.
So on what, Instagram?
Yeah.
So I'm actually not. I think they just introduced that. I'm not exactly sure, because I have only been doing minute ones.
And the reason why I asked is because, so when you had told me about posting videos, I was like, okay, but then I heard somebody talking about that you get more if the video is longer. So all those comedians that do skits and stuff, they're not less than a minute. They're not less than a minute 30. So that's why I was like, huh. So then when I try to do skits, I still kept it short, but like,
So are you posting those as videos, or are you posting those as reels?
The skits I'm posting as reels.
Okay. Because like I said, I'm not exactly sure on like the length anymore, because like I said, I think that's something that they've changed. But I normally just stick to a minute. With TikTok, they allow fucking up to like 10 minutes now, so it's like that doesn't really matter anymore for them. But and then YouTube is also a minute. So I always try to like get something that I can like post across the board, if that makes sense. So it's like Instagram I knew is a minute, Facebook I know is a minute, YouTube is a minute. So it's like I take those and I'm just gonna make those all a minute, and then everything else will just be a minute. So that's kind of like how I look at it. But like I said, with those longer videos, that would be good for like YouTube, or also like the Instagram. You can post not just a reel, but you can also post a video as well, just like on your page. So I don't know if like the video would get less traction than like a reel. I don't understand that part of the algorithm. I don't know if like if like, because I don't know if I could post a picture on my on my account, like how I post like pictures of like me and my guest, whoever I'm going to be having on next. It's like I've never had something blow up on my post. You know what I mean? I've only had reels blow up. I've never had a video blow up. I've only had reels blow up. So I don't know how that is affected in the algorithm, if that's just followers, or if that's just people that might know you from like one of your followers. I don't know. But yeah, that's something that might be interesting to look into, though, because I mean, the length of the video doesn't really necessarily matter. It's just like how enticing is it? It's like it's like a joke, you know what I mean? It's like you can have a minute and 30-second joke. It's just how can you keep them together for a minute and 30 seconds?
Right.
That's kind of a long time. A minute and 30 seconds, like to have like just a solid joke. Like if like let's say if you're doing like, I don't know, let's like average, 7 to 12 seconds a laugh. If you're doing 10 seconds a laugh, that's like right there. What? That's 6, 7, 8, like 9 laughs in that 1 minute and 30-second joke. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but you also do a lot of skits, so that's different.
Yeah. All right. Another question I had was, how do I think I've seen you do it? I know I've seen Halima do it. How do you zoom into your video? Like if you got like a certain part or if you move or whatever, how do you zoom in?
So I use a few different editing software. So on my computer, I have a page software that I use called Filmora. It's by Wondershare, and they have like some things that you can do where you can just like cut and like also do some motion tracking. But when I'm doing the stuff on the phone, I use CapCut, and CapCut.
You can do that in CapCut.
That's like all like any of the videos that you've seen, any movement that's been done in CapCut from me.
Okay, now hold on, because I think I found that through Halima, but I just wanted to tell this to the people right quick. If whatever video thing you're using, you have to use CapCut.
Dude.
That, and I will say iMovies, but I only use iMovies for split videos. My fault. Go ahead.
No, you good. Yeah, I was gonna say there's like a motion tracking thing that you can do, and like I said, YouTube is your best friend. Dude, I'm telling you, dude.
Yeah.
You literally like how I did it was like you just got like I just like added a piece of text. It was just a period, and then they like make you like shrink it down to like wherever your target is moving, and then you literally just move the dot around.
Is it the one that say tracker?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
It will say like motion tracking, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't necessarily need to do the whole dot thing. If you're like good and you can like and you know how the camera is going to move and everything, you could probably just do it yourself. I just don't like doing the editing on the phone, dude. It's my fingers are fat. I'm trying to tap shit and I'm hitting other buttons. It's like, so annoying.
I don't think it's you. I think because when I like editing is something I learned like in college and stuff, and we didn't do it on our phones obviously because we had iPhones, but we did it on a computer, and so it made it a lot easier. But then the phone screen thinks you're trying to do one thing because your hand is big when you're trying to do something else. So I think if they do it different, there was one way TikTok tested out for a little bit how they edited was perfect, but then it went back to the original way. But I don't think it's us. I really think it's them, because it's like you're trying to get it over, but it can't. It doesn't hit the right thing. So yeah. But I get that. But that does make editing painful, and what makes people not want to do it.
Exactly. But at the same time, it's like if you're not going to do it, you're not going to do it anyways. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like the thing that I do a lot of is I try to tell people, and it's not that you should do this or whatever, but I try to push people to like do shit, because it's like I'm tired of everybody just being like, oh, what you're doing is so cool. And I'm like, oh, what are you doing? And you're like, nothing. And you're just like, well, and then those are always the people who are like, when are you going to have me on your podcast?
Yeah. For me, man, I get what you're saying. And you do that. I commend you for that. But I'll just be like, listen, if you follow me and you looking at me and you feel like I'm getting better, or things are happening or moving for me, then you should be doing what I'm doing, not because it's me, but because what I'm doing is working. Like everybody got to follow somebody. The stuff that I'm doing, I'm following people, like, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, like, and if you follow me and you see what I'm doing and you don't do it, everybody's journey is different. Let's just put it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I just realized like this was the wave. Like this is everybody's posting stuff, and now that you brought to my realization, like everybody's posting stuff for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like we make fun of people who do OnlyFans just posting feet all day, but god dang it, like that's what people like, and they giving them what they like. So that's just post. Like, and I feel I think like I had to get over like that hurdle of, oh, this is a joke that I'm gonna use 20 years from now when I blow up or whatever. And it's like that joke might be beneath you 20 years from now. Like, who cares about the joke? Like, for me, it holds me accountable to write new jokes, which I never had a problem with. Put that on the record, but write new jokes and just like to get more comfortable because like everybody think just doing comedy, like you got to be funny, and yeah, that's part of it, but there's so much more to it. And like one of the biggest things is just being comfortable with like being uncomfortable. And as long as I keep putting myself in situations that make me uncomfortable, I know that I'm growing. Like I don't like posting myself every day. Like I just don't like like even if I didn't do comedy, you wouldn't see me post myself every day because I just don't like doing it. But I know that is something that I need to do to get where I want to get to. So I'm just making that sacrifice.
So something you were saying something about like losing jokes and stuff like that. And this is something I just want everybody to know. I don't know. You follow Sam Morril. Did you watch his special?
Yeah, I did.
Every single one of his jokes on his special I had seen in an Instagram reel before, and not from his special. Like I've seen him do the joke before on like Instagram. And was I upset? I wasn't really upset because I mean I have Netflix, and it wasn't like I lost any money, having Netflix as well. But it was like one of those things that made me realize it's like people don't care. Because something that someone had also told me is that like I guess like Tom Papa was having a conversation with like Jerry Seinfeld or something like that, and he had said something to him like, "Oh, I'm going to the city next year, and I'm sad because I have to like try to write a whole new hour of material because I did my special there last year." And then Jerry Seinfeld was like, "You think that you're that big that everyone has seen it?" And he was like, in Tom Papa's huge. Like, you know what I mean? He might not be as big as like maybe Jerry Seinfeld or, I don't know, Dave Chappelle or something like that, but he's big. And even Jerry Seinfeld, and this is a guy, Jerry Seinfeld's a guy that works on material. I mean, he doesn't share it, but it's like he works on material for fucking years before he puts out a special. It's not like he's pumping out one every single year. And, even he is saying to other big names, like, you think you're that big that everyone has seen your stuff? And that's something that I've had to battle. It's like, yeah, maybe 50,000 people have seen this joke. But it's like, how many of those are kids? How many of those are people who are never going to come out to a comedy show? How many? Probably most of them. You know what I mean?
Or dead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe they just died. They liked the video while they were driving, got hit by a semi, and now that's somebody who's not going to be at my comedy show. So yeah, I've had to battle that myself, where it's like, oh, I posted this joke. Do I have to retire it? And it's like, no, the joke fucking kills. It kills online. It kills on stage. Why would I get rid of it?
Yeah.
It's not like my entire 5-minute set is that one joke. You know what I mean? It's different jokes. I still try to write. I do have like problems writing new jokes. I feel like I'm like kind of like a perfectionist. So I don't like, I'll think of an idea and I'll sit on it for fucking a month before I even like start putting the words down. It like is so painful, but that's the thing that I've been dealing with the reels is like, oh, now I'm getting to the point where it's like I'm half and half on my reels and on my material. It's like now half of my material is posted. And another thing that Halima does is she pulls videos down too. So if they don't get like the interaction that she's looking for, she'll just pull them down and then repost them. So it's like, you don't like that?
That's a good, I mean, you can do that, but I've seen some that like I've had up there for like 2 weeks and like barely got any interaction, and then all of a sudden, boom. So I don't know like what the timeline is on that. Like everybody's different, but I haven't.
Facebook, I feel, and the thing is that I think that happens with Facebook way more often than it does with Instagram. Because I've noticed that with Facebook is that like I'll post a video and it might hit like maybe 1,000. Because like I said, I have like 1,400 followers. So if all of those people are like actually like scrolling through stuff and they'll see one of my things at one point, about 1,000 people, maybe 1,200 people might see it, like, you know, within like the first day. But after like 2 or 3 weeks, depending on the amount of likes, interactions, or whatever that it had gotten before, like you said, boom, just like all of a sudden goes from fucking 2K all the way to fucking 40K. And you're just like, well, I guess that's the internet.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works, but
Yeah, no, I did just delete my first joke, and I posted it like in October, and
okay.
I plan on re-putting it back up there just at a different video, and just because now that I know more, like I want to be like, all right, take this down, like make it look better, whatever. But one of the things that you said that stuck with me was that's what helped me get over my hurdles. So I started getting like, well, I've already had them, but like I had HBO Max, and I got Prime. So like sometimes I'll study people's sets or whatever, and I just got into like this deep dive of Def Comedy Jam, and just like all my favorite comics is on there and stuff like that. And I
Who's
see
your
like
favorite comedian
who, like all time,
all time?
Martin Lawrence.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I seen that like uh the comics that were on there, like Cedric Entertainer, like he used a joke, and when he said the joke, I was like, bro, that's the same joke he said on Kings of Comedy, just a little different. Like a little, you could tell he, you know, his pen got a little better, so he added some stuff. And then there's this, I don't know what they're called, but HBO used to give like people like 30-minute specials or whatever. And there's a joke that Steve Harvey was saying on there. I'm like, this is the same joke that's on Kings of Comedy, and this is one of his most popular jokes on Kings of Comedy. You know, his sister Odell joke. He said it like, I wouldn't say totally different, but he did say it differently. And I was like, well, then if they doing it, then I'm gonna do it too. Like, you know, like you can't like. It's kind of like music. Like you've heard the song 1,000 times.
Yeah, but you still go to the damn concert.
Yeah.
And also, and this is like, I've heard this about David Tell too. A lot of his jokes, like, and as we get better as comedians, this will happen. Is like our our tight 5 will turn into a tight 4, will turn into a tight 3. You know, eventually we'll be able to say one fucking word and it will be fucking hilarious.
I didn't think about that way.
You know what I mean? Because I've heard that David Tell, he's been doing his jokes, you know, for fucking forever. And, you know, now he goes on stage, he'll say one fucking sentence and it's the joke. And maybe some of the times it's like he's like, it's placating to people who already know the joke, maybe. But at the same time, it's still fucking hilarious, however he's saying it. So it's like, as we get better, we'll get tighter and we'll be able to, like, you know, do those same jokes. And again, no one's seeing them. No one is seeing them.
And not only that, man, you do the same positions in the bedroom, so it works every time. You got 5 babies now, you know. So
exactly, yeah. Your girl's like, wait a minute, this is some new stuff I haven't seen before. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like it. You're
Eddie,
bombing
man.
right
As we wrap this up, I'm gonna do something different. I've never done this with somebody. I'm gonna play some music while you talk. So I don't think it's gonna work. Hold on, let me see. I don't think it's gonna work. Hold on, let me see. I don't think.
I'm hearing
because
music.
it kind of. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it. All right, because I was gonna try to get like some nice slow music while you talk, but give people like words of encouragement or some motivational quick tips, if for people that's, you know, listening, that's comedians that want to be comedians, or even people that's, you know, just wanna, that's a little nervous to make these videos, because the videos is everywhere now.
Oh, well, I guess what I gotta say is that just fucking do it, dude. You gotta believe. You know, one of my biggest mottos in life is you just gotta believe. And I feel like a lot of the process that I've been doing, people have been like, Eddie, you're not doing things right. You're not doing it whatever right. And it's like, but I'm here where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? I'm not, you know, the most successful local in the scene, but I'm making the moves that make me happy. And I think that is like what people need to focus on. Like, you know, don't focus on what other people think, you know, think about what you want to do and how to further what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, the videos and the reels, at least for us as comedians, it's literally just promotional material.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? We're using it to get people's eyes on us, so then we can say, hey, I have a show coming up, and then those people will be like, I might go see Tyler Erskine at fucking whatever. You know what I mean? And so, you know, just believe in yourself, just fucking don't care what other people think. And I think that you'll do well. And I think that if you just don't pay attention to the online hate, because it's going to get you views and it will make you sad. So just like, just don't look at it if you're somebody who, you know, isn't okay with criticism, because, you know, you can even fucking turn your comments off for all I fucking care. Just like believe in yourself, do it, learn how to fucking, you know, do more stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I agree. I actually got like some criticism for Facebook for one of my jokes on Facebook too, and somebody was like, "Yeah, I would have put the punch here and said this," and it was a good thing. But in my head, I'm like, dude, I'm doing crowd work. I didn't think about that, but it's not like this isn't part of my joke. And then some other lady was like, "Yeah, you should have did this and da da da," and I was just like, and I started to get mad because, you know, it was my joke, but I was like, wait a minute, I don't know this bitch, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't know this girl at all, and I didn't think she was real because like the synthesis was just off. It didn't even make sense. So I was like, all right. But Eddie, tell people why they should listen to Comedians in Bed.
I think that you should listen to Comedians in Bed with Ty Erskine, because if you're not, you're missing out. Like, this guy's got everything. He's got the laugh tracks. He's got the claps. He's got look at this. This is fucking dope. This is, like I said, this is my first podcast I've ever been on, but like, dude, like for an online setup, I feel like it was the smoothest. There wasn't any, I didn't have to download shit. I just fucking typed in my name, boom, on your fucking podcast, not even worrying about it. So check him out. He's fucking hilarious. He's got a lot of like great ideas, lots of great advice. Also, I loved your old podcast too. I loved it. I think that your you know, your talks by yourself and also with other people, I think that's also important, you know, journaling or whatever you want to call it, you know, just like talking out into like the internet. But like, you know, it's interesting, hilarious, and fucking, you know, I guess worthwhile, dude. Watch and listen to this podcast.
I appreciate you, man. Eddie, tell people where they can find you if they're trying to reach you or want to get more information. And you should do this because Eddie, he comes up to you and gives you information. You don't So the fact that you guys can ask, like, trust me, he will respond. Eddie, if people want to reach you, where can they reach you at?
If you want to hit me on Instagram, it's going to be Eddie Sherman, as you see on the screen here, EDDIE Sherman, SHERMAN, and then 3 I's because I'm the third. So just I. And then, you know, you can just follow me. I have a website, theeddiesherman.com, that you can go check out, like, you know, shows, whatever stuff I've got going on. We're probably going to try to like get some stuff going with the website because it's like stagnant and I haven't really been doing much. So we need to like really start pushing stuff out. But yeah, hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Facebook, follow me on Facebook, Eddie Sherman. And yeah, everywhere else. You know what I mean?
Tell them about the podcast too.
Oh yeah. And then also Help I'm High and Can't Get Down, Spotify, YouTube, check it out. We're also on Instagram. If you guys want to like see, like who's coming on next, you know, we post pictures, we do all that sorts of shit. So like, go check us out on there. And yeah, this is great, man. Thanks for having me on.
Eddie, man, I'm so happy that we had you on. You actually gave like a lot of, I was really asking for myself, but you know,
that's what this is the thing though. This is what podcasting is about. Like everyone's like, oh, Eddie wants everybody to know about the local scenes. Like, no, I just want friends. I want to hang out with people. It's like, come over to my house, hang out with me.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand, man. How's the dog doing? Is it doing all right?
Yeah, she's fucking killing it right now. She's like ready to fucking go for a walk right now. So
yeah. Eddie, man, I appreciate you so much. Give Eddie Sherman a follow. Like I said, he will definitely give you advice if you need it. Yeah, once again, this has been another great episode of Comedians in Bed with Eddie Sherman. We'll see you guys next week.
Dude.